Be sure to tune in to Ocala's longest-running morning radio talk show.
AM Ocala Live from 7 a.m. till noon weekdays.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com. Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
25 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sure you've all seen this many times. You've seen the person at the talent show, maybe America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent or one of those, and the person is suddenly appreciated by the judges that are there and by the audience, and that person starts to cry. That person is emotional, right? And you know what that is. You know what happened right there. You know that person has had years and years and years of being told no, of being told you're not good enough, of all right. And suddenly there's that one moment where, well, maybe I am. Maybe I can do this, right? Mm-hmm. And while performers like singers, like in the talent shows, have that opportunity to be seen at that moment. Writers don't often get that. Writers often have these stories, and we've spoken to so many. I'm not exaggerating by saying thousands. We speak to thousands of authors in the course of time that we've done this show. And once in a while, and in fact more than once in a while, I'll ask the question, what was it like when you got that first yes from a publisher? What was that like, And they'll recall the story. And, it happens in their car. They'll be alone in their car. They'll get that moment. They'll get the Simon Cowell thumbs up approval, right, in their car, or they'll be at their working in a factory, and they'll take the call. Hold on, I gotta take this call. And what you did? Oh my gosh,
cool.
And then they go back to their factory job, and their buddy says, "Oh man, you're smiling. What's so happy? Oh, my book just got sold to HarperCollins."
Oh, isn't that nice? I love that.
Oh, what's that? What is it's a different world for writers. Matt Dovey is on the phone. Is he in England, Robin?
Yes, I believe so.
Wow. He won. You've heard us talking about the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future Awards, the contest, and Matt is the winner. How about that? Mm-hmm. It says here he won $5 million. I'm teasing. $5,000. Still good, though. You won. Matt is an author, the grand prize winner of the L. Ron Hubbard Writers of the Future contest. He was awarded the Golden Pen Award trophy. I like that. $5,000 was the prize. I was just teasing with the $5 million.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could hear him falling over in England. He wrote a story called Squalor and Sympathy. We're going to ask him about his work as a writer and about that story. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Very well. Thank you for having me.
Did you fall over when I said $5 million?
I may have had a little chuckle to myself, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about you. So where are you right now, first of all?
I'm actually in my office at work. I'm in Lincolnshire in England, which no one in the UK even knows where Lincolnshire is, so I don't expect anyone in Florida to know where it is. But it's a big, open, flat farming county. There's more cabbages than people here, so it's very picturesque and lovely and quiet, and I quite like it.
Oh, it sounds delightful. And what do you do for a living? What is your job?
I work in a school running the IT system, so boring stuff with computers.
What kind of system?
Boring stuff with computers.
Oh, okay. And isn't that just like what we were saying? The guy or the girl who gets the call from the publisher and they're at their factory job. Is that what happened to you? Were you at work when you got the call?
No, actually, because the contest is run from Hollywood, they're about 8 hours behind me. So when Joni rang, I'd actually been asleep for an hour, and she woke me up, which is the best wake-up call I've ever had. But there was about a week between me having the phone call saying you've won first place and the post going up on their blog saying these are the winners. And as the week went on, I became increasingly convinced I'd dreamt it all and I'd been telling everybody this accidental lie.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. But when you did you believe that, or I'm sure there was part of you that said no, that wasn't a dream, right?
Yeah, well, you kind of hope that you didn't imagine it. I believed it when they first called me because I was on the phone probably for about half an hour with a variety of, no, you're kidding me, no, just in different variations. But yeah, just as the week goes on, you just start to doubt yourself more and more. So I was very relieved to see it in writing.
So have you been to the award ceremony yet, or is that something still in the future?
That was in April. So I found out in October. I entered in at the end of June, and I found out about 3 months later that I was a finalist, and then there was about another 3 or 4 weeks to find out I was one of the winners, and then I had about a 6-month wait until the actual workshop and award ceremony. That was start of last month, start of April.
Oh my gosh! Has your life changed at all, or is it too soon still?
There's a lot of surprise interviews being set up for me like this. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, can you do an interview in Florida? Yeah, sure, why not? That never happened before.
Well, you're talking to Florida right now, and you're talking to a show that we speak to a lot of authors. We really do. Not just the L. Ron Hubbard authors, but we speak to everybody. And everybody has a different story. It's amazing. Some started out with a self-published book and they get somehow noticed. Others somehow lucked out and got a big publisher to take them on right away. So let me ask you about the genre, though. The genre for this. Is this a genre that you'll be writing in probably for the rest of your life?
Well, I mean, this story specifically is sort of an alternate history with magic, kind of in the vein of Orson Scott Card's Alvin Maker series, or Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. I don't think I'll be just alternate history. I mean, I write in science fiction and fantasy all over. I suspect when it comes to novels, I will land more in the fantasy genre. I've always tended towards fantasy as a geek.
So the story becomes the main story of the next edition of the book, right? Was it already released?
Yes, the book came out start of this month. It's been out about sort of 3-4 weeks now. We did hit the bestseller list on Barnes & Noble, which is very nice. And yeah, you can go and buy a copy now. If you go to WOTF32.com, there's a load of links there to all the places you can buy it, sort of Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever.
Okay.
And when the illustrator was chosen to illustrate your story, were you happy with what they came up with?
Well, yeah, the way the illustration works is kind of funny because you don't know who is chosen really until you're out there for the week. We kind of found out a bit early when they sent us the proofs for the book, and you could see on the copyright page who was illustrating whose story. And so all of us sort of scurried off and started looking up online portfolios. And we're really, I've got the coolest art. No, I've got the best artist. But you don't see the picture until during the week. They do it as a big setup. They set up all the pictures in one of the rooms in the L. Ron Hubbard library without a title, without an artist attribution, just all in a row. And you just walk into the room and all the illustrators sort of stood in the corner as a group watching as you just go around and you have to spot your story, work out which is your illustration. And I walked in the room and I'm walking around, and I'd read most of the stories already before we went out there, sort of swapping with the other writers, and I'm recognising all these stories, and I'm getting halfway around and I'm thinking, these are all really good, but I've not seen mine yet, and I get to 3/4 of the way around and think, oh God, I might have walked past mine, I can't be this far around, I must have walked past it. I'm going to really offend Adrian because I've walked past it. And I sort of turned, and it sounds really cheesy to say it, but as soon as I turned and I saw it, and there was just this moment, and this sort of electric runs up and down as you recognise that that's your character from your story. This absolutely phenomenal moment. It's when you talk to.
Oh my goodness! I think you just gave us. You just gave us
chills. Built up as a big thing, the art reveal, and it lives up to it and more. It's a phenomenal moment.
Wow! Have you ever given somebody chills across the ocean before?
That was amazing.
You just gave us chills. Yeah, you just gave us chills.
I can't even tell you 2% of what it was like. It was an absolutely amazing moment because in my story there's probably 4 lines or less.
Well, see
how my main character actually looks, and yet you saw that picture, and that was Anna. That was how she looked. It was amazing.
Oh, that is nice. I think that exactly expresses what I was trying to say in the opening. Is that authors we as the public don't get to be part of that for you. With authors, we get to be part of it with the singer on Britain's Got Talent, but we don't get to see this with authors. It's just an unseen thing, and truly, writing is the engine behind almost everything we do in the entertainment world. I mean, it's the writer who starts everything.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of it happens behind closed doors because you're sat in your little room tapping away at your keyboard on your own. You could try and do a live webcast of you writing, but it's going to look pretty boring. No one's really interested in seeing it. You want to see the end product. So a lot of this stuff that goes on is not necessarily out there and known.
And with you being a photographer, that had to be a challenge for the illustrator if the illustrator knew that you're a photographer, because you have an eye for your subject.
Well, I mean, that's what's so phenomenal about Adrian's painting. I mean, the character sort of, really captures the emotion on her face, but the composition of the line of her body versus the line of the path behind and the perspective of it leading up and the arch of the trees. You can see the illustration on the anthology website that I mentioned earlier, WOTF32.com. Yeah, you can see it on there, and it's phenomenal. It's absolutely deserving of the Golden Brush Award, because, of course, this is the first time in the history of the contest that one story won both the Illustrators Grand Prize and the Writers Grand Prize. It's never happened.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that didn't sink in until you just said that.
Wow. Now that gave me extra chills.
That is really cool. Tell me the website again. What is the website again? WOTF?
32. It's short for Writers of the Future 32.
Okay. .com. All right. Let me go there.
Anthology.
I went to your website, by the way, mattdovey.com.
Yep.
You have something intriguing on your website. It says that he has a scar on his arm where the King of Eagles marked him. What is that?
If you keep reloading that page, it will tell you a different lie every time.
Oh, okay.
I do have a scar on my left arm, but I'm not telling you how I really got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the way to do. That's the way to be. Yeah. All right, let's take a little break. We'll be right back. Matt Dovey on the phone over in Lincolnshire, which I looked up, by the way, on Google Maps. So I now have a general idea of where you are. Looks like
it's big and empty, isn't it?
It's a big, gigantic area.
Yeah, but it's just cabbages and potatoes here.
What's the city you're in, though? Lincolnshire is not the city?
Well, the city and the county is Lincoln, which is where Lincoln Cathedral is where they filmed they filmed some of the scenes from Harry Potter and from the Da Vinci Code there.
Oh.
Until they built the Empire State Building, was the tallest building in the world. It just took over from the Great Pyramids of Egypt when it was built. But I actually live in a small town called Horncastle, which is only about 5,000 people big, but dates back to Roman times. There's just random walls around town that are back to Roman times, and they're just part of the car park where we are.
Oh my gosh!
Now I got to look up Horncastle.
That is marvelous. Oh, I want to go there so much and meet you and have you as my tour guide, because it really sounds like a beautiful area.
Oh, it's gorgeous, but it's quite small and empty.
I just want to eat some cabbage. All right, we'll take a little break. We've got to take a break, Matt, and we will be right back, so don't go away.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, sunshine mixing with clouds with a thunderstorm in spots, mainly during the afternoon hours, the high 80 to 92. And for Tuesday night, a shower or thunderstorm early and partly cloudy later tonight, low 68 to 72. For Wednesday, sunshine and some clouds with an afternoon thunderstorm, the high 89 to 93. And Thursday, sun and some clouds, an afternoon thunderstorm, high 89 to 93. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
We're saving thousands with Robert Palmer.
So rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around. If you're trying to get a mortgage, if you're trying to get the best credit card, if you're looking at student loans, cell phone bills, you name it, rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around.
That's rule number one, just one more vital part of fighting back to stop being a financial zombie. Yes, you can take the mystery out of the complicated world of finances. Take charge when it comes to your money. Listen in on The Source, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, Saturdays at 12:05.
All right, 10 minutes before 11 o'clock, we're speaking with Matt Dovey. Matt is the author of a winning short story called Squalor and Sympathy, which is included in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volume 32, which apparently is a bestseller right now, in part because of the story that Matt wrote. And Matt's story is the winning story. It won him $5,000 and the Golden Pen Award trophy. And he's speaking to us in, did he say Horncastle? Are you in Horncastle?
Yes.
Is that where you are right now?
I'm actually in Grantham right now at work. I'll drive back to Horncastle when I'm finished here.
Oh, Horncastle is where you live. Well, I'm in Horncastle right now on Google Street View. I'm on Queen Street.
It's not a big place, is it?
No, it looks nice. You know what it looks like?
It's very quaint and old-fashioned. It is lovely.
It looks like a clean version of Brooklyn, is what it looks like.
I've never been, so I couldn't say.
Well, just picture Horncastle very dirty. That's what Brooklyn looks like.
I really enjoyed reading your story. You have that on the website, and it is so visual as well. I mean, you talk about the feet in the buckets and the looms, and it's just really very, very visual. Your characters come to life.
The first 1,000 words. I think Nancy Kress had some very kind words to say about it when she introduced me on stage. I think she said something like, I have got the quote here because I posted it on my website recently. Yeah, Nancy Kress, who is a fantastic award-winning author and the loveliest person, she said it was such a detailed Victorian England that I could see, hear and even smell the textile mills. Mm-hmm. And I'm not lying, you can see her saying that on the video of the whole award ceremony.
Oh, really?
You can see it. It's on the front page of writersofthefuture.com. You can see the whole 2.5-hour amazing award ceremony. It's this enormous sort of shindig they put on. It's, this is not a small event. This is a real red carpet, full-on Hollywood affair.
Did anything or everything everybody told you along the way actually pan out? Like as a writer, were you given advice? Like for example, writing in descriptive word, like making pictures with words. You hear that a lot, and I can see why that would be important, because as a reader, it is kind of more enjoyable to read about how someplace looks than to say it was a beautiful place without telling me what makes it beautiful.
Oh yes, I mean the keys are to be specific and say what it is that's beautiful, and not just say, oh, the trees were lovely, go the ashes and fir trees, really specify it. But it's not just about sight. One of the big things that I've sort of learned and picked up on and has helped with this is there's more senses than just sight. You've got to describe the smell of a place, the sound of a place, the feel of the wood as you run your fingers over it. Mm-hmm. All of those are the things that really feed into, putting your reader into the situation. So it's about trying to engage all 5 senses. I've heard some people say you should make sure in every scene you hit at least 3 of the 5 senses, which is kind of mechanical when you say it like that. But actually, if you're hitting those as a minimum, you'd be amazed what it will do for getting people involved in your story.
And this is really, really amazing culturally, because you're from England, Adrian is from Argentina, and it's so great that politics are left out of this whole thing.
Absolutely. I mean, England and Argentina have got a bit of recent history as well, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, that's all forgotten, because you're not bothered about that. You're just bothered about the people, and you're all working together. And Adrian was just absolutely the nicest bloke. I couldn't think of anyone more deserving to get that Golden Brush Award. And he worked so hard on the picture. 50 sketches he did, 50 different sort of concepts he came up with. And then sort of narrowed that down to 3 to submit to the illustrator judges, who then went, no, go with this one over that one, before he actually went and then did a digital painting in Photoshop. And it's the hours he put into it are phenomenal. But yeah, everybody out there that week was so nice and lovely. From the fellow writer winners and illustrator winners to all the judges and guest speakers who are out there and everything. You've got people like Larry Niven, who is an absolute living legend of the field. and you've got Orson Scott Card, you've got Todd McAfee, Nancy Kress, Dr. It's so more people than I can possibly name, all out there, and all of them are so open and welcoming and friendly. And you think, these are people who've been doing this for 30 or 40 years, and I've only just had my first story published this year, and they're treating me like an equal and talking to me as if I was any other writer. It's
that's
amazing.
awesome. That is awesome. So the trip to L.A., how long was a flight? Let me guess. That was a 10-hour flight? 12 hours? No.
Yeah, about 10, 11 hours, which
10, yeah.
when you're 6'4" and sat in economy can be quite uncomfortable.
Was it straight through, or did you land in New York first?
No, straight. So I went from Heathrow.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Wow.
I'd rather that than risk losing luggage along the way. Then.
Wow. So you got to L.A., you got to Hollywood, and now you're on. Is it Sunset Boulevard? I mean, you're right in the heart of everything.
I was absolutely on Hollywood Boulevard. Yeah, I mean, the hotel was just around the corner. Then the Author Services building where we spent the week is on Hollywood Services. You know, you're walking past the Chinese Theatre and the Dolby Theatre every day to get there, and you start off on the first day looking at all the sides, going, "Oh, wow, I can't believe I'm in Hollywood. This is amazing." By about 4 or 5 days, you're just wandering down, muttering about all the tourists in your way, and why do they keep stopping to look at the stars?
Yeah, that happens. Well, that'll happen to us when we visit your place. We'll do the same thing. Well, you're a delight. God, I love talking to you.
Thanks. Lovely to be here.
So where do you go from here? I want to ask some personal questions. Can I squeeze some in? Or if they're not too. Are you married?
Yeah, go for it.
What is your story?
Yes, I'm married with 3 children.
Married with 3 children. Oh my goodness. Dad has a hit book now, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, so this everything could. I mean, in the next year or so, you could see some real changes happening for you.
Well, hopefully. I mean, that's the idea anyway.
Yeah.
It's a big way of getting your name out there. I'll not deny that.
I mean, how could somebody get discovered? I mean, I love contests that are real. This is a real contest. You didn't have to pay anything to enter it.
Absolutely free to enter.
How many times did you try to enter this?
This was my 6th entry just over 2 years. And I had got to the point where, because the idea of Write to the Future is that it is only for new writers, so when you get to sort of your 4th short story sale, you've pro'd out, is what people call it. You know, at that point you're a professional. Mm-hmm. You're no longer eligible to enter the contest. And so I'd actually got to the point where I'd stopped submitting stories anywhere else because I just wanted to win the contest and get out.
Oh, really?
The prize package is so phenomenal.
Yeah.
Whether that was healthy or not, I don't know. But it worked out for me because I did win.
Plus, I think it's a door opener. Once people know that you won this, they'll be paying more attention to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a line to have on your CV, effectively. You know, you submit a cover letter when you submit a story to a market, and being able to put that in, and, you know, when it comes to trying to shop a novel around to agents, being able to say, you know, I won this contest, that puts you immediately from the group of, you know, the people who go, oh yeah, I've got a novel in me, I've spent 20 years writing this novel, to the group of people who actually know, I want to be a writer, I'm working at my writing, I'm treating this professionally. It's a real mark of that. You know, other people have already signed off on my writing, effectively, I suppose. Yeah. I've got the mark of approval of some real top-name professionals.
So did you get feedback on the ones that you didn't win, and did the feedback help you?
I didn't on the stories I got, because none of my previous entries ever got to a high enough level to get that feedback. I think if you get a story to semi-finalists, there's various levels of... I see. There's just a straight rejection, there's honourable mention where you get a certificate, and I had 2 of them. Then there's silver honourable mention, semi-finalist, finalist, and winner. I think if you're a semi-finalist, you will get feedback. But what the contest does, even if you're not winning, because it's open all the time, all year round, but it's divided into quarters, and you can enter once every quarter. And so it kind of forces you to keep writing a new story at least once every 3 months. And it inculcates that sort of professional approach of just keep writing.
Very nice.
Or if this one didn't win, brilliant, you've already got your next one written, ready to send in. So even if you don't ever win the contest, you still kind of come out a winner because you've got all these stories you've written.
And you are so genuine and so down to earth. Even the writing, even the narrative you provide on your website, you're full of humor, and that really makes the reader at ease.
Yeah, that was fun to read too. In fact, you're the exact opposite. You say, I'm full of self-importance and arrogantly believe everyone wants to read. I don't believe that's you. I believe you're just being funny there. All right, I want the listeners to know, look, Matt is in England, in a small town, right? And he has won one of the most coveted awards in writing. Okay. If you're in Ocala, Florida, you're 3,000 miles away from LA, but you can also win. And I can't stress it enough. It's a free contest. It costs nothing. It costs nothing to enter, and you will learn from it. It won't be overnight, but it could happen for you. So just write down the website, writersofthefuture.com. And also go to Matt's website, mattdovey.com. And the other website was, what was it again?
WOTF32.com. That's a website we set up just for this volume of the anthology.
Oh, that's right.
It's got details of all the stories, all the writers, all the illustrators, and links to buy it. So you can find out all about the book and then buy a copy.
And WOTF is Writers of the Future, and 32 is the volume. Writers of the Future.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Matt, I loved chatting with you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this with us, and good luck in everything.
It's been a delight.
Good luck in everything you do. This is WOCA Ocala. We will be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. In the race for the White House, Hillary Clinton picks up a key endorsement.
California Governor Jerry Brown, who writes, quote, "This is the only path forward to win the presidency and stop the dangerous candidacy of Donald Trump." Clinton was in New York yesterday, but tonight will be at a fundraiser with former Attorney General Eric Holder and later with New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, who's often talked about as a potential running mate, someone who could energize the young voters.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. A furor over the shooting of a gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo after he grabbed a 4-year-old who somehow ended up in his enclosure. A lot of anger on